Alright, I'm about to be real with y'all. This quarter sucked. It straight up sucked. No cap. Cap? Never heard of her. Cap in my American sentence? No. No cap. It was really bad. And I don't even blame the teachers, to be honest. Like, I don't blame a lot. There's a lot of people I don't blame. It just kind of happened this way. It is what it is. Um, but I just wanted to say, if anyone else is a junior, like college is over. College is done, dusted. Like we did college. See ya. That's what it feels like at least. Like I for the last 12 weeks, I've been waking up here, right? And I've been going to work here. I've been going to the kitchen, and then there's like some weights outside I do, and that's it. That's my life. It's just been that. Like there's like 88 or like 90 coronavirus cases like in my neighborhood. Just like the little precinct where I live. There's been looting, like on like the business thoroughfare, outside Ventura. Ventura Boulevard. There's been looting there. Um, Most people outside my house don't wear masks. A lot of people make fun of me for saying that y'all should wear a mask, but you really should. They're not that expensive. Uh, I don't know. I've been wearing a mask like ever since there's been like fires in Cali. I wear a mask so you don't get smoke in your lungs. I don't know. I feel like it's like a kind of useful thing to do. And like they don't look that bad. Like this one's pretty fire. I mean, I think so at least. My mom thinks so. That's why she got it for me. Well, like anyway, I just feel bad. Like I feel like so I took 4 classes this quarter. I took 188 or okay, like no one's gonna know. I'm a computer science major at UCLA. And I'm getting to the point where I'm taking a lot of electives now because I'm finishing up a lot of my core classes. And I was really hyped for these, right? Because I want to do bioinformatics and I also want to be an entrepreneur. And I also want to go to the moon and I also want to have a nice job and I want to do a lot of things. Um, and this quarter, like the professors, you could tell, like they weren't really sure how to adapt to the situation. So it was really until week 4, week 5 of my classes where like a sort of pattern started to emerge. They like kind of finalized the workloads of the various classes to adapt to the setting, and changed how like I was taking a lab class. You normally would have to do like I was taking FPGA lab class, and FPGA is like a little mini computer essentially. Um, and you would have to program in Verilog how it works and stuff. Like if you wanted to make a vending machine or a parking meter or anything like that. And we made a lot of things like that and like a lot of clock dividers and stuff. Um, and normally you would have to just like you would have to show it working on the FPGA, but we don't have FPGAs at home. I mean, I do, but not everyone does. So, uh, like we had to just do all the projects solo and then do them all via waveform, like simulation. So it was a lot of that. It was a lot of like we kind of adapted sort of subparly to the situation. Um, Being a CS major, like I'm super, super, super lucky because my work translates really well. So I'm actually going to be doing my internship this summer entirely from home, which also sucks because like I was looking forward to corporate housing, but whatever. Um, and yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the seniors. I feel bad for other juniors, and I feel bad for like everything going on. Um, like I could speak more about like the sort of dynamic with the protests and the like police. Like it's really kind of scary how it almost feels like there's like two completely different like people. Like everyone I know supports the Black Lives Matter movement. I support it. We've all donated. It seems like the logical thing to do to support everyone's right to be like alive and safe and you know like trusted. Like I feel like it's almost like a well, duh, Black Lives Matter. Like well, duh, like everyone should be safe outside at night. Well, duh, the police should be protecting the people and not hurting them. Um, but it just feels almost like there's so much work that goes into spreading awareness for this, and it just doesn't like reach the ears of police or something. And people have been complaining about like certain cops like making like false propaganda, or they're like pretending to support the movement but not actually. And there's like people saying like there's no good cops, stuff like that. I don't want to say stuff like that because I don't know anything. I'm stupid. I don't know enough about like socioeconomic dynamics in America to like say where the budget should be. Although I do think there's like a lot of overfunding in the police department, like municipal police departments across the country. I feel like they get a lot more money than community funding and other sorts of like proven good efforts for communities. So, um, but yeah, I don't really know much, so I don't want to speak too much about like any hard opinions on the issue until I do more research. Um, but yeah, like about that, it was really hard to study for finals. Like it was really hard to compartmentalize it while like the world around you is burning, like while like the CVS like not far from my house like was just like ransacked overnight. And like I was listening to the police chief in Santa Monica on it was on air, right? And they were talking about like the reasoning why they put in the National Guard so that they could like secure areas and the police could go to other areas and arrest people there. um I don't even know, man. We're deploying the National Guard on our own people. It's just like America's just a GTA server at this point. I don't even know what to say. So so yeah, I mean that's just how I feel about this whole situation. Like it's crazy. And it's also crazy how like there were protests of the coronavirus earlier by some fairly privileged folks, and in particular there was some people who were bringing like assault rifles and other rifles into like legislative buildings to like threaten lawmakers into opening up the state like prematurely. I don't know where the police were there when that was happening. Like there's clearly like a huge double standard going on. And I'm talking to my friends, like a lot of my friends in Asia are like, yeah, it's opening up, like there's no looting, it's been okay. And here it's just like I don't even know, like I feel like everyone's always like, yeah, America's the best country in the world, but I'm also starting to doubt that now because it just seems like other countries have handled situations a lot better. And maybe it's a byproduct of us having like a fairly multi-ethnic and multi like different I was gonna say like multi-echelon kind of society. So there's like different areas of the society are very disparate compared to more mono-ethnic and monolingual societies. But you look at Germany. Germany is like probably the closest example of a country to America. In terms of like uh, sort of socioeconomic uh, like makeup and diversity and stuff, but they've done a lot of things right, and we haven't. So yeah, I don't know. All I want really is to survive until the next year. Let's see if that happens. I hope so. I hope all my friends survive. Really hope that none of my family gets coronavirus or anything like that. Unlike a lot of people in my neighborhood, I don't even know how they're getting it, but there's a lot of people in my neighborhood who are just outside all the time, like playing basketball with other people, biking around, talking and stuff. And like it's a good time, right? Like everyone wants to come together in this great time of crisis and support each other. But it's also like you're almost like it's like a weird situation where doing the human kindness thing and going to other people's places and helping out is actually going to cause more problems than good, right? You cause more good by being like me, and hermiting like for 12 weeks and not going outside and, hoping that everything out there is okay. Uh, I almost feel like I'm pretty extroverted. At least I think so. I've definitely like turned way back into being an introvert after all of this. Like I wake up and I'm like, I just want to do my work, and I almost don't want to talk to anyone sometimes. I really do want to talk to people. Like I'm really lonely, but I don't. Sometimes I just like lose social energy so quickly, even just from being on Discord, and it's just like, wow, like look how low I've stooped from my previous days of just like hanging out all day, and albeit I usually would do a lot of work. Um, like in college too. But I'd like hang out while I do work, you know. You know, like the roommate vibe. You wake up, you know, your roommates are there. Maybe you'll go to class, maybe not. Okay, you usually go to class. I usually go to class. I'll, you know, hang out with my friends in class, then you go get lunch with your friends, and you come back to your dorm room, you play some games with your friends, do some more work, you know, you go to a meeting. I'm in like ACM and uh I'm in ACM and DevX and Billiards Club. And so ACM and DevX like are both clubs where I do a lot of work in teams. And so part of the team experience is like going to someone's apartment and doing work together. So yeah, it's just kind of annoying, this whole situation. But hopefully things get better in a few years, I guess. I'm not really sure how long it will take. Maybe months, maybe years. I feel like probably years. Um, yeah, I don't want to end it on a grim note, but there we go. It is what it is.